Hi guys! So today's Freeform Friday is going to be working with some of these items here, or with all of them really. So Arteza did send these items free of charge for my review, and as always, all opinions are my own. I will have affiliate links in the description box for you, which means I will make a small commission if you purchase any items through those links, along with a discount code that Arteza was kind enough to continue doing with us. So this is gonna be really fun. The reason I like this for Freeform Friday is because we have some watercolors here. They're 36 pan watercolors, and then something that they had offered for me to check out, and I was like, oh, this is exactly the kind of thing I would love for Freeform Friday. So we have cold press blank watercolor postcards here, and then these are also cold press 100% cotton blank watercolor cards, card bases. So let me open these up, and then we'll open up the watercolors too. So let me check this out real quick. So my idea for these, I mean, we're going to try them out, but is to just keep it simple so that the watercolor is really kind of what you're enjoying on these, but we'll see how it goes. So again, just free form, just let it go, right? With the watercolor. That's kind of what's fun about watercolors. You have to pretty much just let it do its thing. So it has this little thing here. There's the postcards. And really nice little case to keep them in, and just really nice feeling postcard. It's not super thick. It has a very nice feel to it though, and I like the, I don't know if you want to call it the grain, but like it's very subtle, so that's really good. And I believe there are 30 in here. Yes, I like the rounded corners too. It's very pretty. And then these guys are cards, and let me see what else is. They're 140 pound 300 GSM watercolor cards. Okay, cool. So let me grab that and one of these guys. They do come with their envelope. It's not like a watercolor feeling envelope, but it does have a nice thick feel to it as far as envelopes go. So it's not like a little thin kind of envelope. And then again, that thicker 300 GSM card. And you know what? The postcard is made from the same, or the same weight material, and it has a lot the same look to it, so I'm assuming it's the same stuff, you know, the material itself. Really nice. Again, a little bit off-white, which is typical, I think, of most watercolor papers. And let's open this guy up. So I know I've seen other people review different things, and they'll talk about the light fastness and things like that. You know, obviously you guys know we make cards, and I'm not super concerned with that, but if that's something you want to know, I would say read, you know, the whole back of this thing here, and then check out their website if you want to know more of those kind of things. Oh, okay. Cool. I was wondering, I don't know if I'm going to use the pen that's in here or a brush, but it says it includes a water brush pen. And I have reviewed, or not, well, I don't know if I reviewed it. I used their watercolors before, the smaller pan set. So this is the 36 pans. I was, you know, I like the other one, so we'll see how this one goes. A little scratch there. I was trying to be careful with my scissor. Really pretty. I mean, this feels awesome. I love this. So what's funny is I'm not an artist in any way, but whenever I get my watercolors, I do end up using these little areas here, and they get kind of dirty with color, and then you can just use that color the next time you come in. So it's kind of fun. You start getting a little more artistic looking. And then this side opens up here, and it has a little area for, I guess, little pools, and however you want to do that, however you want to use either one of these. Ooh, this is nice. Oh, I love this. So it comes with its own swatch card, which is great. So I'm definitely going to use this. Let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So the 36 colors that are in here, and then there's 12 more spots. I guess if you want to mix something, and maybe make a note that those are the 2 colors. Wow, okay. So I was thinking about swatching this out, but that means I have to take the colors off. I guess I'm going to have to do that anyway. So pretty. So these are really nice. It does come with a water brush pen, as it said. The thinner tip, really nice. Kind of like their premium water brush pens. That's what this reminds me of. So what happens with watercolor pans, they kind of come like this, and you can sometimes buy refills. You pop this out, pop another one in. I have not checked Arteza's site right now to see if they have that, but basically you just click it in here like you just heard. You can just kind of pop this in, and that keeps it in place. So I'm going to go through these real quick and make sure they're in the right spots, because like you saw, that one popped out, but I'm pretty sure it goes there. I think what I'm going to have to do is go ahead and open them up. So I'm going to lemon yellow, cadmium, sunburst. Oh, these look so cute. You know, our tendency is to not open them up, but we need to. Okay, so what I'm going to do with each one is open it up remove the color name and pop it back in, okay? So I'm gonna do that with all of them, and I will be right back. I'm gonna make sure they're in the same order though, so I can keep them in the same order, okay? Okay, got the last one going and just been picking at them. So this did take some time. Obviously this is the only time you're gonna do this, because you gotta get them ready, but there they are. So what I'm gonna do is put some water in this, and I'm just gonna start, just so I have an idea of the colors. I'm not really, again, freeform, so to me it's just whatever color comes out, that's fine, but I'm sure for the review you guys would like to see the colors. So I'm gonna get some water in this, and I'm just gonna dip, put it on, dip, put it on, dip, and put it on. Okay, I'll be right back. So I just finished, super pigmented. I did want to mention the pans are very soft. They're not like a hard, like chalky or just a hard feel. When I was taking the, the wrappers off, like if you stick your finger in there, you can indent it. So it's a nice soft pan. And then look at these colors. So pretty. I am in love with like this green for like Halloween, and I think it's really pretty. The purple. Oh my gosh, look at all these pinks, red colors. Okay, I know sometimes these also come along with like a white, like a gouache, or just a white, like kind of acrylic or thicker watercolor, and I know there's not one in here, so that's one thing you might want to note, okay? Again, super pigmented. I mean, this thing, it's stained, but it's not, there's no color in it, just stained the bristles here, that's all. So, I had a couple of ideas of what I wanted to do, and see if this works. So I have a card base here, and I have the postcard. What I'm going to do is tape these down to my surface with some masking tape, only because I don't have like painter's tape, but usually whenever you mask something off, you generally using masking tape. This one, the reason I'm doing it, I'm not masking off, but I wanted to stay down without getting too warped, and that's why I'm going to tape that down. But let me clean up this area, grab my masking tape, and get it going, and we'll get started. Both of them here, again, I'm going to mask them off. This one is not that important that I do it straight or anything, because like I said, this one's going to be a little more free-flowing. I'm going to put some little salt on there, so we haven't done that before. And then I'll probably just put like a sentiment stamp. So this is really more just to hold it down, again, to keep it from moving too much. And when you put salt, you really want to just let it dry on its own, so I'm not going to hit it with a heat tool, but my tendency would be to try and hit it with a heat tool. So I'm just trying to get the very edges of that, keep that down. And this guy, I'm going to hold it down because I am going to go ahead and mask it off, and hopefully in a way that is nice and even. So I was just kind of look through here and see how much I'm masking off, just the very edge. Okay, so I'm going to go around and mask that off and try to keep it straight, because that is going to be part of the design element. So I'm going to take my watercolor from end to end on this one, and I will be right back. So again, just keep taping off. Okay. For this postcard, I have some water here. I have like a 1-inch brush. This is not a watercolor brush. It's just a wash brush, but it should work. I just want something that I can put color down kind of big with it. Now this is dry right now, so you can do dry brushing. I kind of want this to be really wet, so I'm just going to add some water. As you can see, there's already color on my brush from the last time I used it. And so I'm just going to come in here, and I want like some of this blue in here. And I'm not really cleaning off my brush that much, but some of that gorgeous purple. You know, I always like to mix these kind of colors. That's all I want. I just want to fill this up. And you know what, I had said I wasn't going to go to the very edges, but I did. So there it is. And then as it's wet, you want to get your salt. So I'm going to do that for this one, not all of them. But this is just salt. You want to get it down kind of quickly. You don't want it to dry. But I forgot to open this up, and it's taking a while. So I'm going to get it thick in some areas and just kind of get that down. think that's good. And that's all I'm going to do for that one, okay? We're going to come back and do a little something fun, but for now we're just going to leave it there. We're going to let it dry, do its own thing. And if I want to clean up the edges again, like I wanted it to be a little softer, I forgot what I was doing. I went and just went in with it. But if you want a little softer, you can take some away like that. Okay. On this other one, I want to fill up the whole thing with like blues. I think I have a stamp that hopefully it'll work. So with this one, I got some salt on here. I just want to come in with lots of like blues and greens. So maybe like this jade green, I'm kind of getting it. Again, this was not wet yet. I'm just dipping in the different colors. As you can see, I'm not doing anything particularly clean or neat. Want some more of that darker blue in there. Just like that. I am going to use this one long ways, so I'm kind of paying attention to how it's looking. It's more of that jade green, so pretty. Okay. And this one I do not mind hitting with the heat tool because I'm just going to let it dry that way, okay? And I'll be back. Okay. And so one other thing I want to do is go ahead and just dip in here, get some water on this very loose brush. Any brush will do it. I just like using this kind. I'm going to dip in this olive green and I'm just going to, oh, I got it on the other one too. See that? Which is fine. I just want to get some of this going on here. Actually, it looks nice on there because it's opening up. Just a little bit more. Just getting some little dots on here. I'm just banging it against my own finger. A lot of times you might use the brush with another brush, but this is fine. So that's all I'm going to do, and I'm going to let them both dry, and I'll be back. Okay, it's been a good while. I'm going to go ahead and remove this one. So pretty. Always, I love the reveal when you remove this because it looks so nice and neat, you know. I added a few more little green dots here because I was like, well, some got on there. It looked weird having just 2 or 3, so I added a few more, and that's fine. Look at that. And I was curious if it would go to the other side. It didn't. So again, did this one a little bit dry, add a little water. I didn't wet the whole thing and then add it, but you can always die cut into this. You can make a shaker card on top of this with your watercolor background. So it doesn't always have to be flat just because it's watercolor paper for the actual card base. But I am going to make a scene, but kind of just flat today. So again, I might even come in here later and make it a little more rough because like I said, I wanted... Actually, that looks pretty, but I wanted the edges of this to be more soft, so I can always come in with some more watercolor and kind of soften these edges. Now, I am going to try and wipe off the salt. I don't know if it's been enough time, but you know, I'm not going to do it with my hand. Actually, maybe it feels better to do it with your hand, but to wipe this off, it might look better. Cool. Oh my gosh. And then some people save this stuff and put in their shaker cards, but however you want to do that. I'm really going to clean this off because I'm going to stamp on top of this and I want this to be super smooth. So I'm going to continue working with this, getting all the salt off, clean this up, and we will finish up our projects. Okay. So my plan was just to stamp it with something pretty. So maybe this birthday happiness stamp from Elizabeth Crafts. This is just a regular acrylic stamp. And what I'm going to do is maybe use my stamp positioner because if for some reason it doesn't come out nice and crisp, especially because that salt is on there, I can stamp it again. So I want to make sure that's in that corner. And I think I'm going to do it this way. Actually, maybe over here. And I have a reason why I want to stamp it off to the side a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to put a little piece of tape just so it doesn't move too much, just in case. But I pretty much have it butted up to the corner, so I should be able to put it back in the same spot. Now that's just because the stamp positioner doesn't have any kind of magnetic anything to it, so it's, you know. But there's that. Do that. Okay. I have some VersaFine ink because I love the way VersaFine looks, so it's nice and rich, and I want to use that and see what happens. So I'll ink this up really, 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 really well. And again, I'm not too scared because I'll come back in if it doesn't stamp too well. So I'm just letting it really soak in. Again, this is watercolor paper that we put salt on. So watercolor paper already has like a grit to it that doesn't stamp 100%. So, ooh, that's actually really nice. But I'm going to go ahead and hit it one more time. But that is not bad. It's very visible. It's very pretty. So one more time. So pretty. Yep, that extra really adds something. And then I have this cute little Lavinia stamp I wanted to try out, so I'm going to stamp with this one. And this one I'm just going to do freehand. And what I mean by that is I'm going to put it on a block, but I'm just going to stamp it, and however it turns out is fine. So cute. And these are photopolymer stamps. They smell amazing. So I'm going to dip in here, really get that going. Hopefully I didn't get any around the edges anywhere else. And again, however, oh, so cute. And that's all I wanted to do for that one. Just real simple, really cute. Little card. And then you have your stuff. And then next time I will pay attention to that the 2 is here and my words are upside down, okay? Don't forget that. But really cute either way. All right, guys, let me try out our next, the card. So this one, I'm not gonna lie, it scares me a little bit because I want to use this Lavinia stamp in Althea. And I am gonna lay this here, butt it up to the corner. I'll put a little bit of tape, even though I don't think this is gonna move, but just in case, because it does open up. Maybe I'll put a little piece of tape on that side too. Let me just use a piece of low-tack tape here, just to keep that down. Okay. And this is very, very delicate stamp, so we will see what happens. But I'm going to ink her up again with the VersaFine. That is so funny. I should have thought about that with the direction of that last card. But yeah, so pay attention to that. How many times have I addressed the card upside down? Many. So I want to see kind of what I want to do with this girl. Oh, so pretty. And we'll just put her here. And it looks like she's holding something, so I want to find something to put in her hand. Okay. Again, I'll put it here. Same VersaFine. And you really want this to be a juicy pad. So this is one that Karen just gave me, so thank you so much. It's new. But other than that, if it's not, make sure it's inked up super well, okay? You really need this to be super, super well inked up. And I'm going to clean this up, even though I don't think it'll touch. Okay. Here we go. Now, I didn't put salt on this one, so that helps. But again, it's watercolor paper. It has that texture. And I'm really just massaging this. And Lavinia Stamps always says to just kind of let it sit and soak in. They're so patient with their crafting. And let me see where we're at. Oh, wow, so pretty. But again, it does need a second. So I will do that again. And then if it still is like not super crisp and you're not happy with it, I would say go in with a Pitt artist pen or something like that. A micron pen. And finish it up that way. But I can see it's mostly the face here. I didn't quite get it, so I'm going to massage that in, let that soak in. And then I'm going to look in my collection and see what else I can finish up with this card base as far as putting a little more decoration on it. Oh yeah. So it gave it a little more texture. Again, like I'm saying, if you don't like that, come in. I have like this Pitt artist pen. And I want to see if her face, you know, it does have a lot of texture there, but I think this is supposed to be filled in. So I would just come in and just color in this whole area. Everything else is kind of like texture, like her scale, so that's fine. Just come in here and color that in, okay? And I would pay attention to the stamp. It looks like it comes down to here because then she has a top on. It goes like into here. And then she has scales. Okay, let me find some other stamps that will finish it up and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I found some cute things here. Let's get this little guy for her hand. And I'm assuming this looks like it goes something like this. And we'll do parakeet. You know, go ahead and take it out of here. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is so cute. I didn't know what color to make them, so I just went with the blue parakeet color. And then I have some bubbles and some like barnacles. So we'll come in with these bubbles. And since I already made that one, we'll do this oasis. Just kind of background. I don't really know. No, maybe not there. Just adding bubbles here and there. A little texture. Oh, I went off the side, but that's alright. Okay. And then I'm going to take this fairy barnacle. And I'll use the blue that I used for the little creature there. And all these stamps, of course, I'll just wash them off to clean them up, so that's it. And I'm going to go into this deeper one, I believe. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me get a piece of paper or something to stamp on. Just to keep that blocked off down here. Okay, you can put tape again. If I had left it, I would just left the tape that I had on there, but for now, just something like that. Pretty. Alright, I'm just going to like that. You can come in and do some more distressing around the edges. If I had left the tape, you could just definitely do that. You didn't have to remove the tape yet like I did. And you can kind of play with it a little bit, but I think that's fun. So thank you so much, Arteza, for sending these items for review. And we made some simple artistic cards very easily, and hope you enjoy. And with this one, if you had a sentiment or something you can pop on there, that'd be great. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a really pretty art card. All right, I'll have links in the description box for you guys, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.